We're going to be talking about my favorite Thanksgiving special from South Park, Hellen Keller the musical.
1800s, Alabama, what a great place and time. We're so happy that we live in 1800s Alabama, cause it's sunny and there is no crime.
I feel like it sounds more offensive than it is. It's actually a really, really wholesome episode. The fourth graders are putting on a play called The Miracle Worker, which is the Helen Keller story. Cartman is directing. Timmy plays Helen Keller. Butters keeps running in very dramatically. We love it. We love a cinematic shot. Running in very dramatically saying that the kindergartners show is way awesome. They have costumes and singing and all kinds of stuff. And the fourth graders are like, we can't be shown up by the kindergartners. We have to make the show amazing. Butters says that the kindergartner show is this Thanksgiving extravaganza. It's a feast for the eyes. And so then they all decide, okay, we gotta add in Thanksgiving elements. We gotta add in a turkey that can do tricks and Thanksgiving decorations. Cartman goes and gets this, the best musical theater actor in South Park to help them out. And he's always singing as if he's in Les Mis.
I would swear it on my life. Your play shall want for nothing.
Kyle and Timmy go to the turkey farm to go get a turkey that can do tricks. But Timmy falls in love with this turkey that his head rests on the ground. And Kyle's like, we don't want that turkey. But Timmy's already bonded with the turkey, so they buy it. It's kind of like the Merry Christmas Charlie Brown special where, Charlie Brown gets the tree that's not very good. And Timmy gets this turkey. So it's like the tree, but it's got a personality and it's alive.
What the hell is that? It's a turkey. His name is Gobbles.
Garage!
He's not gonna work, Kyle. The whole point was to make our play better than the kindergartners.
Yeah, that turkey sucks.
I think Coolsville sucks.
The actor who's helping them out says, well, I worked with the turkey on Broadway. I'll get in contact with the turkey trainer and we'll get a really fancy trick-doing turkey. And so he calls in this turkey guy. But in the meantime, Timmy is trying to teach his turkey how to do tricks. So he's having it jump through a hoop and lighting the hoop on fire. And the turkey's not really complying. He kind of scooches him through the hoop. But he does it. Hooray for Gobbles. We love this little turkey. Gobbles and Timmy are bonding and bonding and bonding throughout. It's really cute. Timmy's sleeping and Gobbles jumps up on bed and what? We meet this new, trained, fancy turkey, and they're a diva. They're very particular. They're causing a fuss. And Timmy doesn't want to get rid of his turkey, and Cartman just wants the show to go on, so he's like, just perform together. And the fancy turkey refuses and locks herself in her dressing room. The turkey trainer tells Cartman, hey, maybe you should just get rid of the turkey. And Cartman's like, I don't want to do that. The turkey trainer's like, well, you can make it look like an accident that he got killed or something. And so Cartman's like, okay, sure. He positions the turkey on the stage and then drops a stage light on him. Or tries to, but then it crushes Kenny instead. Gobbles is very resilient and very scrappy. He's very good at avoiding death. Great job, Gobbles. Because this is a detriment to having the fancy turkey perform, the turkey trainer goes up to Timmy and is like, oh my gosh, you're not allowed to have a pet turkey. These guys are gonna take it away and do lab experiments on it, so you have to go release it in the wild. And Timmy's like, well, I don't want anybody hurting Gobbles. And these two guys are walking towards them. He's like, look, there's the guy gonna come take him away. And so Timmy's very convinced, oh no, it's real. And I gotta go release Gobbles. Then the two men speak and they're like, we're here for the water effects. We're just helping with the play. So then he tries to release the turkey out in the street. And he's white fanging him, as they say.
Go! I hate you, go! Ah! Ah! Go back to your kind!
Are you white fanging me?
And makes him leave, and it's very sad. Gobbles doesn't want to leave, he keeps following him, and he's like, no, you have to go. And then they do a little interlude where they just show a bunch of really sad situations, like a couple breaking up and an old man. He wishes he said he loved his family more, and they look in the camera and they're like, have you done the right things in your life? I think they kind of were like, I don't know what to do with this. They're just like, just add that in, whatever. So now the Miracle Worker play is a musical, and there's a bunch of dance numbers with the help of this actor. But then Butters comes running in again. He's like, oh my gosh, they got pyrotechnics. They're like, oh shoot. So they have to add like water effects, and they add like fire and circus performers and all kinds of stuff. And it's this a super elaborate show, super big dance numbers and opening numbers, and it's fabulous. I like anything with a play. I love plays. They're so much fun. I mean, didn't they have a play? They had a play in Charlie Brown too. Do you think that's why they referenced Charlie Brown? Because in the Christmas special they needed a tree for the show, or no? Wow, I do not know Merry Christmas Charlie Brown. I haven't seen it in a long time. Well, whatever, I guess. Sure, there's a play in that, right? So we follow Gobbles for a bit. Gobbles is wandering around outside. He gets picked up by this turkey van who's taking him away to like the turkey harvesting plant. He's in this truck with a bunch of turkeys, and it says like, we harvest turkeys humanely. And all the turkeys in the truck are like staring at Gobbles like this, like frozen with fear. And Gobbles is like, what? Like, just he sees the sign, but he's like kind of like, okay. They all get hauled off to this little factory, and the way that they kill the turkeys humanely is they show them like nature footage, and all the turkeys get like this calm expression, and they just like are almost like smiling watching these nature films, and then this giant saw just comes over and buzzes their heads off. But Gobbles' head's on the ground, so he's fine. And all the turkeys are like funneled into this truck, but Gobbles just hops right back out. He's wandering around town, wandering around farms and whatever. And in the meantime, Cartman is talking to the water pyrotechnic guys, and he's like, guys, your water effects are ruining our lighting, so you gotta fix that, you gotta sort that out. And they're like, we're just here for the water. And Timmy overhears this, and he looks at the turkey trainer, and he is like, oh my gosh, you lied to me. I'm gonna go save Gobbles. He goes out, finds Gobbles at the farm, and these hunters, Jimbo and Ned and some other guys, one with a hat that says meat on it, are hunting Gobbles because it's a real wild turkey. Timmy's like, no. He jumps out in the way, and Jimbo shoots him in the arm, but he's safe with Gobbles. And Jimbo's like, oh my gosh, kid, I'm so sorry. That was totally an accident. Is there anything I can do to make it up to you? And Timmy's like, yes. So he takes the hunters over to the play. So they're performing the play. It's going well. The adults are dreading it. They're like, I hate seeing this play every year. And so, they're expecting a bad school play, but there's like circus performers, and there's fire, and the fancy turkey walks on a little tightrope and pulls off a little curtain to reveal like the next scene number. It's very elaborate, lots of drama and songs. Like, everything's a song. It's practically an opera. It probably is an opera, because the guy's like Les Mis. Timmy leaves to go find Gobbles, so they don't have a Hellen Keller, but the actor steps in and starts playing Helen Keller, but then starts like ad-libbing lines and improvising his own songs. And Cartman's like, geez, like he's not supposed to sing. But he's like owning the show. And Timmy comes back, and he like sets the hunters on the fancy turkey, and they kill the fancy turkey, and it's very dramatic and sad. They're like, no, the turkey is to go out in the third act. But then Gobbles, who's been training, jumping through fire hoops, goes out and like does a little tiny hop through the fire hoop, and everybody cheers and applauds, and it's fantastic. We see the kindergartners' performance that was hyped up throughout the episode with costumes and songs and pyrotechnics, and it's amazing, and it's a feast for the eyes. And all it is the kindergartners sing a rendition of Old MacDonald Had a Farm, but it's Thanksgiving themed, and it's just them dressed like pilgrims and Native Americans sitting at a table, and a little confetti cannon goes off, and then they wheel out a little horse, They're like, wait, that's what we were competing against? That's it? And it was like literally 1 minute long. And then Butters was like, did you see that? They had a horse. That's amazing. So great. It's such a great episode. It's just like really cute. Everybody really cares about Timmy's feelings, and you know, Cartman only tries to get rid of the turkey one time. Like, he's not like adamant about it. You know, it's like they want Timmy to be happy. They want him to be in the play. You know, they keep saying like only Timmy knows the part, and so Timmy has this leverage to keep the turkey in the show. Yeah, it's like really sweet because Gobbles is really sweet, and then it's like a cute little dynamic with him and Timmy, and then everybody cares about I don't know. Also, I'm partial to any show with a play in it. I love plays. Alvin and the Chipmunks Meet the Wolfman, there's a play in that. Probably other things. This episode has some scenes that I think about all the time. Cartman is trying to write the musical numbers, and the actor they brought in is trying to help him with the process and is like, try to imagine yourself as your character, you know, remove your senses like Hellen Keller, you know, try to embody the character. When Cartman closes his eyes, he sees fire and a mouse eating another mouse and skulls and like war and surgery, all kinds of like terrible things, and he's like, whoa, and he takes off his blindfold and his ear muffs. Then the actor is like, well, what'd you see? And he's like, just the same thing I always see when I close my eyes. You know, you pull certain lines from TV shows that you just say all the time, and I always say like, there we go. Just like when he's like moving the turkey to try to position him underneath the stage light, he's like, there we go. I love holiday specials. I feel like that's most of what I talk about is holiday specials, because one, holidays are fun. I'm very festive. I love to celebrate holidays, and I love to immerse myself in things. So like if I'm like decorating for a holiday, I want to watch like themed things around it. Like that's why it's great that the Great British Baking Show comes out around Thanksgiving when you're baking all the time. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I love that, you know? Like a festive soup you get to soak in. Yay! So here's your some seasoning for your Thanksgiving soup. I also love episodes where you get to see characters in new roles. Like I love that like Cartman is the director and Stan and Kyle are actors, and Stan and Wendy play the mom and dad. Like it's just like cute. Like it's little, but it's like it's rounding out the characters more of like what roles would they play in a school play, you know? And Butters isn't even in it. He's just like there as like almost like a creative director. I also love when characters are put in new situations and they have to change their outfit, where it's like, oh, it's summer now, so now that this is what they wear when they wear shorts. This is what they wear at a sleepover. I don't know. I think that's so fun. Because it's like, it gives the characters more depth and it brings more life to it. I guess that's all for now. I had fun. Did you have fun? I've been Minty and you've been you. Happy Thanksgiving. That sounds weird coming out of my mouth. Normally I say Happy Halloween. So Happy Thanksgiving. I hope your Thanksgiving was great, and I hope that this little video, you know, made it happier. Hooray! Yay! Okay, bye-bye. Editing Minty here. As I was editing this video, I sounded very ignorant to why this episode was offensive. I always knew innately that the concept of Helen Keller the musical is offensive, but it took me this long, I'm ashamed, it took me this long to realize specifically why it's offensive. Like, you know, you always get that like gut feeling of like, ooh, there's something's off. But I now know. I feel so dumb that I didn't before, but I know now that it's specifically offensive because Helen Keller is a very serious, inspirational story, and it's inappropriate to turn it into a big dramatic musical with pyro effects and water effects and turkeys. You know, like, it's rude to the story because it's serious. And that's why it's offensive. Yeah. I just thought this might be important so that you know that I know why it's offensive. I always knew that it was offensive. I just didn't really think about specifics until I saw myself say the words, I don't know why it's offensive. I know why it's offensive.
Happy Thanksgiving!